Hello everyone, this is Spartan Assassin, and today we are going to have a look at our new faction intro, which is Ma Chao for Turning the Tide campaign in Total War 3 Kingdoms. So let us just straight up to the campaign map, then we will I'll further talk about what's new in Ma Chao, and yeah. Alright, so here we are, and this is the campaign map for the 207 start date. And here we are. This is what Ma Chao owns during the 207 start date. You have the entirety of Wudu Commandery. You have the Jingcheng Horse Pasture. You have your San Pass, and you have your Anting main city. And yeah, this is what you have for your start post. For your character, you have, of course, your Ma Chao, Pang De, Fu Gan, and your sister Ma Yunlu. So you start off with 4 characters, and it is up to you to decide later on who are you going to get, but that's for another time. So you start off with quite a decent stack actually. I would not say it is trash, but if you are more towards cavalry micromanagement, yes, it is quite a decent cav, because Ma Chao starts off with quite a good cav actually, especially Chiang Marauders. It is fatigue immunity, so is the Chiang Hunters. They both have the fatigue immunity, so you can go for a Mongolic tactic in this gameplay. And yeah, for faction mechanic, you have your 2 phases, and this mechanic is newly added, while previously we see from Ma Teng's campaign, from any of the YouTube channels that you saw, there is no unique faction mechanic for the Ma clan, and now the model already add actually 2 types of mechanics for the entire Xiliang commentary, Xiliang warlords, especially Ma Teng, Han Sui, as well as Song Jian. So these 3 got a massive update in the latest 0.5 alpha patch. So yeah, you can go and have a look. So for 2-faced, there is around 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, 9. I forgot the word. But anyways, first off, you have Betrayer, and here you can see what are the modifiers that you will get and the debuffs, and follow up with also Betrayer, but this is much more of a lesser Betrayer. And here you have the 3rd tier, yeah, a better tier of a Betrayer, the Betrayer. And here, yes, this is balanced. So you have 1 balance, and the rest are usually Betrayer and Trust. So the higher you get, the better your campaign is. So you might want much more Trust than Betrayer. I'm not fond with this mechanic, as I haven't actually go in depth with the entire campaign, but hopefully one day I might be able to stream it during one of my weekly streams in the mod channel, mod Discord, which is in the link in the description, so make sure to check it out. And the next one is tribal diplomacy. So here we can see that at 100 you get +5 tribal diplomacy faction wide, and you have +25 diplomacy with Chiang factions and -15% upkeep for Chiang units. So this is actually quite a good buff for Ma Chao, especially when his title gives you around minus 10% for upgrade cost for Chiang units faction wide, and this is also, I think it's faction wide, I'm not sure, but hopefully it's faction wide, because currently the entire CAF is like what, 201 upkeep cost. Yeah, it's actually quite cheaper. But if you have Martin, of course that is another different case. But sadly, Ma Chao, he starts off with his father in Cao Cao's faction. So if you are lucky enough, if you manage to overthrow your overlord, yeah, you might get a chance to recruit and actually make him your heir if you actually want. Like, you can put your sister as faction heir, but I would suggest go for find your father or something other than your father. Even though Ma Yunlu is quite a good, it's not that much of a good heir actually. Yeah, she's not that good of an heir, but she only provides like what, fatigue resistant faction wide, which is okay-ish, but not the best of all. And yeah, this is what you'll be facing as Ma Chao. So you start off as a vassal of Cao Cao, and if you look at diplomacy, so on paper Cao Cao looks like the strongest faction in the entire game, but if you actually play the alpha mode for quite some time, you'll notice that at one point Cao Cao will eventually, like, someone declares war on him and he'll be like, alright, you're free. So this is what you need to pray for, cause while you might feel that you have much more of a simple time by just rampaging your way, campaigning your way inside the Bai Zou region, you are still under Cao Cao. So any wars that you want to declare, you have to ask Cao Cao. So only by his approval, then only you can go south. But I would suggest you to hold your expansion south, but instead focus north. Because what you are facing now is Liu Bao, who is actually one of the newest bandit faction introduced in this mod. And yeah, he owns quite a few commanderies, Anting and Shuofang. So what you need is actually kind of take this step, blitz your way to Anting at Gaonu, and fight your way to Shuofang. Make sure that you get the northern commanderies. So here you can actually build quite a defensible position, as most of the time any troops that tries to invade you will be either from Xihe or Chang'an area. So if you were to ever get declared war or liberate by Cao Cao following his liberation of you, so yeah, it serves as a defensive spot, so you can choke both Cao Cao and Xia Yuan's forces here, and the Sun Pass here. And yeah, if you actually manage to get an alliance with Cao Cao, even after his liberation of basically most of his vessels, I would suggest you to try and take over the west, because you can get 3 horse pastures, which actually benefits you in the long term if you were to go for a more Mongolic tactic, which is spam horse archers. Right, you can spam an entire stack of Qiang hunters at a cheap. Yeah, you can basically say you can spam like 3 Qiang hunters by the late game or mid game. So yeah, I would suggest that, and start rampaging your way into Zhanglu, because while Zhanglu still can invade Baxi, so they would eventually fight, but depends on AI's thinking. But yeah, as a player, you can actually just invade Zhanglu, reach Sangyong, and close off your expansion here. But instead of going further east into Nanyang and Xiangyang, you focus south into the Bai Zou region to get more food resources, and follow up by conquering the rest of the Nanman territories down south. So you can actually have a sort of like a Qin dynasty start position where most of your lands are Bashu, Hanzhong, and some of the Liang province. So you can like push eastwards. You want to go north, you can go north. You want to go invade Sun Quan from the south, you can go south, or take the entirety of Jing province. And yeah, that is what you will be facing as Ma Chao. You might want to do that, but you can also not do that because it is your campaign, not mine. So it is up to you to decide. And yeah, so let's take a turn and watch what kind of units are we getting apart from the basic Qiang hunters, Qiang marauders that we inherit from Ma Teng. Alright, so now we are at turn 2. So at this turn we'll be looking at just the units because that's what we want to see now. We'll start off with Panther because he's level 7, so we can actually see more unique units that are actually introduced. So we have our Qiang warriors as usual from Ma Teng, Qiang marauders, Qiang raiders, and Qiang hunters, as well as Qiang pole arms. Yeah, these are basically what we get from Qiang archers. So these are what we actually got from Ma Teng's previous retinue. So yeah, basically we inherit most of Ma Teng's troops. And I think there's a new kind of oh, there's none. So if I were to recruit this, is there any more? Yeah, captain units. These are quite new. These are introduced by our model, and we have our Qiang warrior captain, Qiang marauder captain. This is unnamed captain, which will be updated. Maybe it is bugged, medium sword cavalry, but yeah, I'll report this. And we have our Qiang hunter captain. So for Qiang warriors captain, you still have your regular Qiang warriors, you have your Qiang pole arms and Qiang archers. As for Qiang marauder captain, you have your Qiang marauders and Qiang raiders. Unnamed captain, your Qiang raiders, Qiang marauders, Qiang hunters, and lastly, Qiang hunter captain, you have your Qiang hunters and Qiang marauders. So these are what you are expect. These are all the unique units that Ma Chao will get in turning the tide. So that is actually all for Ma Chao, and I hope to see you soon in the next video. I might cover the northern warlords first, especially Han Sui and Song Jian, since they did have their newly added faction mechanics as well as the unique units. So I will introduce them as well in the next videos. And once they are done, once the Xiliang warriors are done, we will be going back to our other Cao Wei factions such as Xiahou Yuan and Cao Ren. And yeah, we might even introduce you to our Yuan Shu remnants Lei Xu. So I'll see you soon in our next video, and yeah, that's all. Bye.